What's stopping you? Are you too tired? Didn't get enough sleep? Don't have enough energy? Don't have enough time? Is that what's stopping you right now? Don't have enough money? Is that the thing? Or is the thing that's stopping you, you?
Excuses sound best for the person that's making them up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get off the pity potty. Telling everybody your sad and sob stories, trying to get people to show up to your pity potties and your pity parades. If you ever see me in a Rolls Royce, a 6 or 7 star hotel, living my life to the fullest, don't get jealous of me, cause I work my ass off to get it.
Now, who's hot, who not? Tell me who rock, who sell out in the stores. You tell me who flop, who cop the blue drop, who jewels got blocks, who mostly Dolce down to the blue drop. The same old pimp, mace, you know ain't nothing changed but my limp. Can't stop till I see my name on the blimp. Guarantee a million sales, pull a level up.
That. In the Ferrari or Jaguar, switching 4 lanes with the top down, screaming out, money ain't a thing.
Bubble hard in the double law, flashing the rims with the window crack. Holla back, money ain't a thing.
Jigga, I don't like it if it don't gleam. In the hell with the price, cause the money ain't a thing.
Put it down hard for my dogs that's locked in the bang. When you hit the bricks, new whips, money ain't a thing. Come on.
Yeah, I wanna floss with us. All across the board, we burn it up. Drop a little paper, baby, toss it up. Slacking on your pimpin', turn it up. See the money ain't a thing.
Don't be blowing me up, ain't getting up. If it ain't about the money, ain't no use to you ringing my line. Stop wasting my time. If it ain't about the money, nah, I can even hear what you say. I ain't finna do. If it ain't about the money, you can miss me with. You can miss me with.
Come on.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the
What y'all wanna
Benjamins,
do?
baby.
Wanna be
It's all about the
ballers,
Benjamins,
shot callers,
baby.
brawlers.
It's all about
We'll be
the
dipping in the
Benjamins,
bins with the
baby.
spoilers.
It's all about
On the
the
low from
Benjamins,
the Jake
baby.
and the
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
They not like us. 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 They not like us.
Well, good day. Good day, everyone. It is your favorite NBA Realtor here. I am so excited to see everyone live tonight for our first Black EXP Network training for 2025. We have our beautiful trainer here. Her name is Terri Marie Gleaton. She's going to be training on the 5 steps for aging success. She has a whole guide that she has created to really show people exactly what is needed to be a top producing agent in this industry. Are you guys ready for this type of energy? Because when I tell you, Terri is about to bring the energy. She's about to show you exactly what's needed in order to be, producing agents. Who wants to know all of the knowledge and have all the gems so that they could be an impact within their community? I want you guys to drop a fire in the chat if you are ready for this type of training. This is going to be an engaging training, all right? We're not going to be just sitting here watching us. We want you to engage. Talk to us in the chat. Let us know what you guys are feeling and that you're here with us tonight, okay? So Terri, I am so excited to see you here. I'm going to introduce Terri. She is a top producing realtor in Georgia. She is also the co-founder of the Wealthy Group, which is located in Georgia. Terri is a mentor, a philanthropist, and she is such a wonderful and powerful leader. When I tell you, she has helped hundreds of agents level up their game and be able to contribute to society so that our community can continue to grow. Because home ownership is one of the biggest assets you can have. Terri is also a Navy veteran as well. So she is definitely in the military. And thank you so much, Terri, for your service. We do appreciate you so much. Terri is the CEO and the vice president of the Gleaton and Association. She's managing real estate and construction as well in Georgia. So Terri has her hands on a lot of things. And you know what? I did not know you were on several non-for-profit boards too, Terri. Like you are really out here doing the thing, aren't you, ma'am?
I try.
That's so wonderful. And we're so grateful to have you here, Black EXP Network. We need you. We need you. We need all the knowledge that you have to give because we know that you are a great impact on the community. And I just want to say I'm grateful for you for blessing us with your presence and dropping these downloads on us. So listen, everyone, get your pens and paper together and get ready because Terri's about to take us on a ride.
All right. Good evening, Black EXP Network, baby. Let me see some fires in the chat. Drop your city and state in the chat. Let me see it. Let me see your city, your state. Bring the energy because I don't want to have all the energy. All right. It's after hours. I was out in these real estate streets today, getting down, checking on some of my listings. I had an amazing event with the Georgia Chamber today. 3,000 business owners I networked with for most of the morning, starting at 6:30 a.m. We had eggs and issues at the Georgia World Congress Center, and over 3,000 business owners was there. So I was honored and humbled to be in that space, but it was an amazing event. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight because I believe one of the biggest challenges with real estate agents having success is they never launch their business like a business. So tonight we're going to dive in. Mario, if you could bring to the fold the Agent Success Guide. But we're going to take a dive today. And I love it. I'm seeing all these cities, these states, Oakland, California. Listen, our prayers are with Georgia. I know Oakland is not in that danger zone, but listen, our hearts are with our California families and even our North Carolina families that are still impacted by Hurricane Helene. So we've got a lot going on in this country, but we're blessed to be here tonight. I'm honored to be here. And first of all, I want to just say, I tremendously thank you for taking the time from your family, from your business to be here with me tonight. So I am determined to make an impact in your business tonight. All right. So if you're ready to receive that impact, put impact in the chat and we're going to get started. Put impact in the chat. If you're ready to receive it, you're ready to transfer some power, some energy here, and you're ready to explode because you deserve to have an amazing year. And what you learn tonight is going to be a defining moment in your business if you implement. Implementation is everything to me. I can make an impact, but you got to implement. All right. So I see a lot of people using the word impact out there. I'm ready to rock and roll. So we're going to dive in. So I have 3 rules to my training because a lot of people get into this business and they see other people having success and they want to emulate what that person is doing. And that's not what you want to do. You want to emulate the success they're having, but not what they're doing. So let me just say this to you tonight. Come here tonight with a clear mind, clean hands, and just think this through. All right. What's for you is for you. I believe that with everything in me. Money must be attracted to you, not pursued by you. That's a big mistake in our industry. You're never going to chase money, you guys. You have to pursue absolutely what you love. If you pursue what you love with so much passion, guess what? the money will come to you. All right. So your success is going to depend on you being totally authentic. I'm not one of these people that's going to teach you YouTube and ticky tack and any of that. I'm going to pour into you with what I know. I've been in this business for 21 years. I've sold several $billion with my husband. I coached the amazing Wealthy Group, over 350 agents. And over the past couple of years, that group has sold $1 billion of real estate. So I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard. All right. So this isn't something that I've tried and it didn't work. This is what works. My 5 steps are designed to remove all of the challenges, all of the pitfalls, and everything else from your business and just get you straight to the information. So what I will say to you is, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Focus on you. Can y'all do that? Can you put in the chat, I'm going to focus on me tonight? Can y'all put that out there and let me know you're listening to me? I'm going to focus on me tonight. Cousins, my cousins at Black EXP Network, can you focus on you? I don't know. No one's putting it in the chat that I'm going to focus on me. All right. Noah Robinson, the first one out the gate, say he going to focus on Noah. I love that, because here's the point. You got to get in your own lane and launch your business, the business of your dreams. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Focus on me. For once in your life, be selfish, because I know most of the time as African-American people in general, we're always giving. We're always overachieving. We're always doing more just to get the least. And baby, tonight, I want you to switch that around and be selfish for yourself. Focus on yourself, because there are people that are depending on your success in real estate. Their family members, children, an elderly parent. Somebody is counting on you to be amazingly successful, and it might be just you. It might be you in that house, you and a puppy, you and your kitty cat. But somebody is counting on you to be successful. So for once in your life, focus on you. All right. Because if you focus on you, you can take care of others. Okay. So let's dive in. You all are ready to launch? Let's go. Step number 1 is branding. You've heard it from a gazillion people. You've taken a gazillion classes. They've talked with you about the best photo shoot, the best makeup artist, the best lighting, the wonderful logos. I mean, just branding at its best. But tonight, that's not what I'm going to talk to you all about. You want to start honing in on your skills and your credentials. All right. What are your skills? What are your credentials? What are your value points of view? All right. How do you think? What do you think about real estate? And then what are your personal goals? Do you want to sell a house? do you want to sell 30 houses? Do you want to have the most impactful year of your life? Do you want to help 50 families? Do you want to help 5,000 families over 5 years? I don't know, but your goals have to be prevalent when you're building your brand. I see so many people worried about the picture, but not the goal. All right. Because let me just say this to you all about branding. You don't want to just look successful. You want to be successful. So it's important that you build a brand around what's important to you, your values. Tell your story in your brand. Why did you even get into real estate? Put that in the chat. Can somebody put that in the chat? Why did you get into real estate? Drop it in the chat. Let me know. You guys are with me so far. I'm getting a lot of engagement in the chat. I'm super honored to see you guys talking back to me. But why did you get in real estate? Anybody want to share in the chat? Why did you get into real estate? I wanted freedom. I wanted independence. Let me tell you, I got into real estate. I served 13 years in the Navy. I got out. I worked for IBM, and then I worked for another technology company, and I was in the IT space. That's what I did. And I remember when my son was a baby and I was at my job. Yep. And I clocked in a few years ago, about 20 years ago. I used to clock in. I remember telling my manager that I needed to take Friday off so I could take my son to get his shots. He was a baby. I'm his mother. I'm his only mother. And my manager said to me, and my manager, we were great. We were tight. That was my boy. All right. He said to me, I'll let you know. excuse me, something hit me like physically harmed me. A pain, a flash, a slap. Something came so hard into my head when he said, I'll get back with you. You know, this was my baby, not somebody else's baby. This was my baby. In that moment, because I was already a real estate investor, I already owned some real estate property and I was already dabbling in it, but I didn't have a license. In that moment, I knew, somebody just put it in there, Sharon Prince. I knew in that moment I needed to be my own boss because not one person was ever going to tell me that they would get back with me about taking my kid to the doctor, my baby, my infant. That changed everything for me. And I walked off that job. All right. So you've got to be able to tell your story. Because listen, there are thousands of real estate agents in your market, and you want to differentiate yourself from the other agents. All right. You want to be different. You can't do the exact same thing, you guys. You can't do that. You have to have your own unique selling proposition. And you've got to be able to do that by bringing your own personality into your brand. You've got to be razor focused on who do you want to serve? You know, sometimes we get into real estate. I just want a sale. I just want one client. You can't operate from a place of scarcity, you guys. You have to come into this business with the mindset that you're running a multi-million-dollar business. You have to come into this business like a business. You understand? If you come into this acting starving and hungry, and you will take anything from a client, you will take anything from a customer. And you've got to run your business like a business. You can't come into it. That's the difference between the successful agent's mindset and an agent that's going to fail. You can't come into this with this scarcity mindset that you just want one deal. You've got to come into this that I'm about to blow this off the roof. And I don't care how long you've been in business, 1 day, 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, you coming in tonight, you leaving tomorrow as a brand new agent, all right, with brand new ideas. So you've got to target that avatar client, all right? Who exactly is it that you want to do business with? All right. Because if you will chase after anything, you'll fall for everything. All right. So you got to get it together, you guys. All right. You got to have your goals out there, your aspirations. And then what their goals, what your clients' goals and aspirations are. When you're targeting a perfect demographic that you want to work with, you've got to get into their mindset. What do they need? What do they lack? What are their pain points? What are their challenges? And then you're going to build a perfect business to service that demographic. Am I making any sense with you guys, right? I'm seeing some preach, baby. I don't mean to preach, but tonight I might just have to. I might even have to take my ponytail down and put my do-rag on because we going in tonight. I'm not playing with Black EXP tonight, all right? So this is the framework where you can kind of like position or put your value proposition together, right? I provide wealth building strategies for very high net worth clientele who want to build wealth through real estate investing, unlike the everyday agent. So that was my value proposition for my property management business. All right. And so I build the framework around, I provide strategies for high net worth people. So what does that tell you right there? My avatar client has a lot of money in the bank, a lot of money in the 401k. They got excellent credit, maybe. They've got access to cash, or I can help them build cash, right? I provide strategies for high net worth people who want to build wealth through real estate investing. All right. So that tells you I'm not looking for somebody that's worried about what the granite counters look like, right? I'm not looking for somebody that's worried about paint. I'm looking for somebody that got a lot of money in the bank that's about to trust my strategies and do what I want them to do so that we can make good investments and help them make money, unlike the everyday agent. All right, I hope that made sense for you. Now, this was just framework, but you can play with this, right? You can play with this any type of way, but you've got to be able to convey that message to your clients. All right, let's try it again. I provide strategies for first-time home buyers who want to get into a home in the next 90 days through my advisement, unlike a luxury agent. Y'all see how I did that? You can switch this around, but you've got to be able to tell your story and provide your own irresistible offer so that your client can connect with you. Because sometimes one day we're a luxury agent, and then before the day is even over, we helping first-time home buyers, and then tomorrow we flip homes, and the next day, we do commercial, and then we're back to getting out of the Range Rover in slow motion, and then now we're doing credit repair, and now we help you fix your taxes, and then we sell fish plates on Saturday, and we bake cakes on Sunday. What happens when you send too many messages out there? Your client is like they can't locate you. You're all over the place. All right. So you've got to be able to be found. Your message has got to be found. You have to be able to resonate your message to the people you're trying to service. If it's luxury, stop talking about credit repair on your page, right? Stop posting stories about, I got $10,000 back in taxes. A luxury client can't even identify what that means. They owe $10,000 every year. All right. So you've got to make sure you're sending the right message. Okay. I'm hoping I'm making sense, you guys. Y'all not talking a whole lot in the chat. I don't know if I'm scaring y'all, if y'all done ran out and left the StreamYard, but I'm going to keep going. Okay. So listen, you got some action items. If you don't control your brand, it's going to be controlled for you. Okay. If you don't, can you please repeat that one more time? I don't even know what I said. So I'm just like talking off the cuff with my heart, you guys. I haven't practiced. Like, I'm just in this, and I want to see you all win. I want to see more agents that look like me, talk like me, walk like me, making the type of money you need to make a difference in your home, in your community, and build a legacy for yourself. But you got to be willing to what? Roll up your sleeves and do the work. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so check this out. You need to rewrite your bio because it doesn't say that message. It doesn't. I promise you. If you all really processed everything that I share with you, and you go back and look at your bio, it's not telling that same story. All right. And it's okay. It's okay. We have to rewrite our bios from time to time. But you want to establish core values for your brand. Remember, you already know what makes you different from anybody else. We just talked about that, right? You might want to create a couple of taglines, a few slogans. If you create some of these things, you can just keep kind of putting them out there over and over, right? Now, after you've done all that cool stuff, all of the hard work behind the scenes, now let's talk about a photo shoot and some color schemes and logos and all of that. All right. That's what you do in the end. If you already have a logo, I commend you. That's great. But make sure your message is there. All right. Make sure the message is there. And here's the other thing. As I mentioned to you, if you don't go out and create this brand and claim these profiles, there's another message out there. And I'm going to tell you what the message is. Coming soon. I'm coming soon. When I talk to agents and I say, have you claimed your Zillow profile? They're like, no, I don't have one. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You just haven't claimed it. You haven't put your bio out there. You haven't put your brand message out there. You have not taken control of what's being said about you. Have you ever walked into the room and everybody talking about you and you know it? You didn't even hear them, but you know it because the way they're looking at you cockeyed and crazy, you know they've been talking about you. And you're like, well, you don't even know me like that. You don't know my business, but they talking about you, right? Well, that's what's happening right now today on realtor.com, Zillow.com, homes.com, and probably Google too. All right. So you've got to go out there and claim that real estate marketing. We're so quick to claim YouTube and ticky tack and, I don't even know, YouTube and Twitter, all these things we want to claim, but you need to claim your realtor profile, your Zillow profile, your homes.com, because there are millions of shoppers on those pages before they ever get to us. Okay. So you've got to make sure you get out there and do that. All right. Then you got to create some content strategy. You actually have to sit down and do some homework. A lot of times, the reason why social media is so hard to manage, so difficult to process and confusing is because we don't take the time to put together a content strategy 30 days out, right? Like right now, my team is working on February and March. All right. February and March, we're working on that right now. We're making sure that we get all the messaging out for February, the homestead exemption, everything that we need to go out in February. We're working on that now. All right. So February 1, it's just a water hose that just gets turned on, right? It's different if you got to dig the well to get the water, or if the well has already been dug and all you got to do is turn on the water hose. So many times we're just in the trenches digging the well every single day. So social media is hard. It's complicated. It's confusing. You don't understand the algorithm. You don't need to know none of that. If you just sit down and plan your content, put your visibility strategy together, you're going to get where you want to go on social media. And it's going to start to tell a story, because you'll be able to plan that whole month out. But other things are going to come up. You might get a brand new listing. Boom, that's an extra post. Okay. You might go under contract. Boom, that's more content. You may have a closing, right? So those are the added benefits of your social media, right? But you have a responsibility as the CEO of a multi-million-dollar business to put these strategies together. All right. Let's see, here we go. So we're down with step 1. Step 1's over. That's branding. All right. If you all are still with me, put step 2, because we're about to dive into step 2. Somebody said, I can relate to owing taxes. Me and you both, baby. I hear it. Rolanda Fowler in Atlanta said, if you don't control your brand will control you. And it will. And see, these things are super important as you start to grow as you're in your profession. And I've seen it happen to new agents. I've seen it happen to seasoned agents, in the fact that you're doing all this work to lead generate, and you finally get a lead, you finally get a listing appointment, and you're so excited. And then the seller calls you back and say, well, I looked you up on, homes.com, and there wasn't really a picture of you out there. And the things that you're talking about isn't what was there, And then when I looked on social media, I saw you doing the cabbage patch and you could dance really good, but I didn't see anything about your brand, like the messaging that we talked about. So I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. Do you know how defeating that has got to be? Such a defeating feeling, such a failed feeling, that you did the work to get the business, but now they don't want to deal with you because you didn't do your homework, because you are still coming soon, because you still have not taken control of your brand. Come on, y'all. We got to do better, cousins. All right. I see a handful of folks say step 2. I want to see everybody say step 2, but we'll keep it moving. All right. We'll keep it moving. So let's see this. Let's say this. Dominate your CRM. Your database has got to be looked at as a little bitty baby. Oh, I just love my baby. It's got to be precious. And too many of us are operating by the seat of our pants, and we're not treating our database like the precious thing that it is. See, sometimes we're so busy trying to get new that we forgot who got us here. And in your CRM, in your step 2 CRM, you got to dominate it, you guys. The first thing that I would say, even if you are a seasoned agent, I would say go back tomorrow and complete a CRM orientation. Just go back. Of course, I use KV Core, being a part of EXP. I use KV Core, but go back and just take a look at your CRM. Just watch that orientation as if you've never watched it before, as if you've never seen it before, and try to pick up as many nuggets as you can on things that you may not be implementing. All right. So here's the thing. If you are not a high tech person, that's okay. That's okay. I want you to do this in chunks and baby steps, right? Because a lot of times we want to jump out and be brand new in one day. Calm down, slow it down a little bit. You can't be brand new in one day, okay? You got to take this off in little chunks, okay? So day one, do the orientation. Make sure that you've got the same photo, right? Ladies, we can switch it up. I know I'm guilty of it because today I'm rocking my ponytail, but tomorrow the ponytail may be very long, it may be very, very long tomorrow. Saturday, I may have some braids, baby. Okay. I might have some braids going on because that Black EXP on the yacht, baby, I was swinging the braids here and there. All right. Then I might have an afro. All right. But when you are a professional running a brand, you want to make sure you look the same. So if you change your profile picture on one of these mediums, change it on all of them so you look alike everywhere. We don't want folks showing up saying, hey, you're not who I talk to. That's not who. All right. You want to make sure you look the same everywhere. Okay. Because we do that, y'all. We do that. And I'm not going to apologize for being unique every day. All right. My husband don't know who going to show up the next day. Okay. That's okay. All right. But get that bio out there. Make sure that the bio that we talked about with that brand message, it's on your CRM. It's on your website. Okay. Because sometimes people Google some of these words. What if you have a very unique proposition, but like you're in a niche market, maybe you sell ranches and somebody's Googling ranches, you want them to find you, right? You want to make sure that they find you. So making sure that your message is the same across everywhere is going to help more people find you. All right. And the more times you update these things, somebody said, how long should a bio be? First of all, a bio needs to be third party. Make sure that you're running it through either AI or either you're a grammar teacher. I don't know, but make sure it's third party so that when your pastor asks you, when you go to your pastor and say, I want to host a financial literacy seminar to help all of our parishioners become homeowners, and they say, send me a bio, you're not like, Terri Gleaton helps with this and I do that and she does that and we can do that. Like, make it make sense. All right. So I would say give yourself a good, healthy bio, but then have a shorter version for it for shorter places, if that makes any sense. Like, you guys can go look me up on LinkedIn, baby. It's a dissertation. Okay. It's a dissertation on LinkedIn, but I'm targeting a specific type of client on LinkedIn. But when I have a speaking engagement, it's a 3-sentence bio. All right. So just make it make sense. Okay. Let's see. A one sheet is great, right? Grammarly. I'm getting to, I love it. You guys are giving each other little tricks and tips in the chat. I love it. That's what we do, cousins. All right. You want to import your database into your CRM. How many people are in your database? Put it in the chat. Tell me how many people are in your database, right? Put it in the chat. I want to look at it. This is interactive. Michelle told you guys, this is a very interactive training tonight. So please put it in the chat. How many people are in your database? I'm going to circle back around. You want to customize your drip campaigns. Your drip campaigns need to have your voice, your brand, making sure those taglines are in there, making sure you're hitting that niche, making sure you're differentiating yourself, because your drip campaigns, that's actually you dripping on your clients. And I was really mesmerized by this when I first got into EXP and started playing with KB Core. We had somebody to set ours up, right? And then I noticed that somebody had responded back to one of my husband's emails, and my husband had said toodles at the end of the message. I said, toodles? What does that even mean? I don't even know what a toodle is. And I got familiar that's it's like, I don't know, like goodbye or something. But my husband has been in the business, 42 years. He's on 6th Century 21s, a tall, bald-headed black man. He does not say Toodles. So I had to go back and look at our drip campaigns, because what happened is the person we bought them from's voice was in ours. Okay. So it's important that you go in and customize those drip campaigns. Somebody says it's from Disney, slang for buy. Well, I don't like Toodles, okay? So we don't want to use Toodles, all right? So I'm noticing some people say 3,000, 10,000, 85. Let's see, I think somebody else, 1,000. I love that. Let's see, 132. What I will tell you is, however many people you have in your phone, you dang sure need that many people in your CRM. If they're in your phone, they need to be in your CRM. A lot of people get into this business. They say, I really don't have a database. If you have a cell phone, if you have a smartphone, this is like a computer. If you have one of these, you have a database, and you just need to prioritize who these people are in your phone. But everybody should have a database. Every single body has a database. All right. Customize those drip campaigns. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. You're not going to dominate your CRM in one day, but if you take the next 60 days to plan out a well thought out training session for yourself, and I'm super excited. One of the agents in my group, shout out to Ashley Nicole Fairley in Riverdale, Georgia, Fayetteville, Georgia. Ashley, she gave me a tip today that I didn't even know about. She sent me a link, and it showed some amazing scheduling of KV Core trainings. I was blown away because it's different than how I normally see the calendar. It gave me a breakdown, a great title. So I knew which ones to put my VA in, which ones I needed to attend. So I really love that. So I was able to plan my VA's training for the next month. I was like, oh my God, okay, he's in class for the rest of the month. So you definitely want to look at those forecast trainings and put your training out there. If it's 1 day, if it's 2 day, if you're a techie person, you may want to boot camp this baby and just get it all done in 1 week. You've got to take it in the way that you best receive it. I had a call today from an amazing business colleague that I have that does not have a real estate license, but he called me today to say he wanted to get a real estate license. And so he said, where do I go? Where do I take my classes? So I had to ask him, well, how do you learn best? Do you do best online, or, what works best for you? He said, oh, no. My brain is all over the place. I have to sit down. In class with my pen and paper. So I was able to put him with a school that has a 2-week fast track training, but it's all day, every day for 2 weeks, and he'll be able to get his license. So you've got to do that with yourself, right? Because you're the chief training officer for your company, this multi-million-dollar company that you're building. So you want to make sure that you're getting that done. All right. This right here is the magic step. All right. If you all are still with me, put step 3. I want to make sure you guys are still with me. Step 3. This is the magic step. This is where it all goes down. Somebody says, stop showing off, Michael Nolan. With your 10,000 people. Michael, I'm with you. I have several thousand in mine as well. I'm not mad at it. I love it. I love it. We should all aspire to get those contacts in our database, and you can build them with certain technologies that are out there, because maybe you don't have a niche, but maybe you have a specific hyper local area that you want to service. So download all those leads out of the systems and make sure that you can connect and put those in your database. All right. So step 3, this step is so important. All right. This is your success circle. This right here is where all my money comes from. Today, I told you guys that I went to the Georgia Chamber for a meeting, and it was a breakfast meeting. It started at 6:30 in the morning, and there were probably 3,000 business owners in Georgia that attended this meeting. And at 6:30 in the morning, it was packed. 6:30 a.m. I mean, jam-packed, wall to wall. I was squeezing between the seats to get to my table. Then I had to go get my coffee, so I'd squeeze back out. But I intentionally build my business around what I call the success circle, you guys. Um, Remember, we talked about doing what you love to do, being intentional, making sure that you focus on you. This is what I'm talking about. All right. So now we're going to put together our business around this circle. Okay. Because you want people around you that want the absolute best for you, not just from you. And most of the time in real estate, we're just happy to have a few vendors and we want good relationships, but we don't think about the reciprocal side of building a multi-billion-dollar operation. You have to think of everybody in your circle, in your immediate circle, because see, there are some people that don't deserve to be in our immediate circle in business. And I'll give you a couple of examples. I'm going to be transparent, cousins. All right. Y'all going to still love me, right? Y'all not going to judge me, but I'm going to give it to you straight. Years ago, when I got into real estate, my mother thought I was crazy for walking off of a job, a good job, and with two small children. Are you crazy? How could you walk off of that good job knowing you've got these kids? I got started in real estate, and thank goodness I was having success right away. But every bump along the way, my mother would say, you really should consider just getting a job and you wouldn't have to deal with that. When I would talk with her, just because, I talk to my mama like I'm gossiping with somebody, and same with me. She's keeping me updated on all of my family drama back in Texas. And it was some good tea that she was serving. But the problem was I had allowed her to get into my success circle. And she had me doubting that, one, I even deserved to be a successful agent. And not that my mom was trying to do that, you guys. It wasn't that she was trying to be negative Nancy. She wasn't trying to be that. She was just being her. Somebody that worked in the school system for 50 years, right? So wrapping her head around the fact that I'm out here hoping to sell a house and not getting paid, that was crazy to her, right? So for years, my business, for the first few years I was in business, and this is a story I haven't told a lot of people. So here I am telling you guys tonight, like we're cousins, because we are, okay? So when the market crashed in 2007, in 2008, I let my license lapse. Because I just didn't believe I could do it. My mom kept telling me, go get a job. I just was in a space of the market was hard, and I talked to her every day, and she just kept convincing me that you don't have to do this way. It doesn't have to be this hard. Just go get a job. And I did, you guys. I did get a job. I was in a call center for a little while. I was miserable. I was so miserable. I felt like my chest was caving in every day. And when I decided to get back into real estate, when I told my mother, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I got to go back to real estate. She Lord, she cussed me. She gave me a good old school, what are you crazy? Just right when you're right at the tips of being successful and getting a management position, you're going to go back to not knowing any better than not doing what's best for you and these babies. And, you need some health insurance, Terri. I just had an epiphany, and I realized that I was talking to my mama too much and not talking to coaches and successful mentors and business owners and people that wanted the best for my business. And so I made a paradigm shift in 2009. And I made a conscientious decision to stop talking about my business with my mother. And I will tell you the weight that it took off of my shoulders, the stress that it relieved me from, I didn't even realize it, but there was a level of depression that those conversations were bringing me, that when I would get off the phone, I would have to take a nap. That's how heavy those conversations were. But I had done that to my business, and we all do it. We talk to our girlfriends. We have these conversations with people that love to have fun, but they don't understand what you're building. They don't understand the sacrifices that you're making. They don't understand the opportunities that are available to you as a high-performing agent. Okay. Nobody but other agents really understand where on earth can you sell earth? Right here where we are, you guys. So you have to protect this space that you're in, and you got to move a little different. If you want something different, you can't do the things that you've always done. You got to do things a little different. All right. So first and foremost, if you're you're a member of a board, get active. You're spending almost $1,000 with these boards. Get up there and get active, make relationships, get on committees, get in there and start serving and being a part of a success train. Okay. You never know what is reciprocated back to you, because when these lenders, I just had a lender. Listen, this just happened today. I like to have fainted. I was on the call, getting prepared for this call with Mario Dove, and I forgot that I had my mic on, and I opened up my email, and a lender reached out to me and said, "Hey, I see you're back active over at the board. Your Women's Council president coming up. I wanted to know if me and my team could pay our VAs to start making phone calls for you and your team, because we're generating a lot of seller leads, and I know you're a heavy listing agent. Are you open to letting us make those calls to help build your business? And in return, when those sellers need to buy a house, you can refer them back to me." I said, "What? You gonna pay the VA to make my calls? Because you know I'm a listing agent, because you see it everywhere on social media, and I'm active over at the board, and you come on now." But I'm not saying go to the board and only give so that you can receive. Go where you are called to go. Go where you are led to go. You have your own God-given talents. You have things in this universe that are just yours. They're nobody else's. Nobody on earth could take the things that God has set in order for you to claim. But a lot of times we so busy Netflix and chilling and gossiping on the phone with the wrong people, we can't claim what's ordained to be ours. All right. So you've got to go out there and do what's in your heart. Get involved with nonprofits that you know that you would love to be in this place, right? Don't go into a nonprofit. I sell houses every day. You're going to look crazy, and no one's going to believe you're there to actually help with this community association, this a community affiliation, this nonprofit. You want to make sure that you're giving wholly. All right. Because let me tell you something. The more you give in this world, it come back tenfold, y'all. It comes back so heavy when you give sincerely from your heart. So I'm just letting you know, make sure that you start focusing on you. You start focusing on what God placed in your heart. Going back to why you even got your real estate license in the first place, you guys. I'm getting emotional. But you just got to make sure that you focus on you. You cannot, even on a plane, they tell you, put the oxygen mask on yourself before you start trying to help even your mother, your baby, your granny, anybody. I am telling you, in this season, be selfish for one. Do what God called you to do. Do what is heavy right here. And associate yourself with heads of organizations that will respect you, because they're operating on a C-level. See, a lot of times we just trying to be a real estate agent, getting one deal, but you are the CEO of a company. But guess what else you are? You know what else you are? You are the COO. You are the chief operating officer. And see, they don't tell you that when you're getting your real estate license. They don't tell you that you've got to put the SOPs in place. You've got to put the systems in place. You got to build this business. They don't tell you that when you're getting your real estate license. And so after you get your license, you're just trying to get a deal. But I'm telling you guys, these are 5 steps. I've sold a couple of $1 billion. And I'm telling you, this is the path of least resistance to get to the success that you want in this business. If you want it, let me see you put some fires in the chat. I need to take a water break for a moment. All right. Mind blowing. Yes. I feel that. Ooh, Lord, I bought my house through NACA. I love it. I love it. I love it. I needed this confirmation. Yes. Yes, ma'am. This makes so much sense. Thanks for sharing. I needed to hear this in this moment. I love you, Vanetta. I love you, babe. Worker bee mentality. Child, that was my mama. That was my mama. She thought I was crazy. All right, you guys, let's keep it moving. All right, professional organizations, like I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce, right? When I go there, I meet with several business owners, and instead of trying to get a deal, I'm talking with them about how can I come in and bring investment strategies so that all of their management teams can own rental properties, right? I'm talking to this women's organization about how they can get started and fix and flip, like positioning myself to meet with the ideal client that has a lot of money that I want to work with, right? I'm intentionally building my life by design, yet feeling my purpose that God planted in my heart so that I can claim what's only mine that God set out there for just me. All right, I don't know if I'm making sense tonight, but I hope that I am. I hope that I am touching your heart in a way that you know you are in the right place at the right time with the right group of people, with the right career, and everything is in your favor in 2025. It doesn't matter what's happening in the industry. If you build a multi-million-dollar business, the people will come. All right. Getting connected to your municipalities, your schools, your city, your state, on a federal level. A lot of times we take our kids to school every day and then we drive off. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Ham. Go in there with donuts. Get to know everybody. Connect. Everybody at that school should know what you do. All right. Build a class so that 18-year-olds can come out and start flipping houses and utilizing your services to help them find the houses that are run down so that they can flip the house and you can list it after they fix it up. Position yourself to be an out-of-the-box thinker to provide the type of services that you want to provide. If you know that there's many teachers in your area that need homeownership, find the loans, the programs that help teachers become homeowners, right? Be what you want to be. All right, just go do it. Stop talking about what you're gonna do. Stop worrying about the depression. Stop worrying about the divorce. Stop worrying about the losses that you've had in the past and start building a multi-billion-dollar. Look, I just said billion, you guys. I'm going to the next level. But build this multi-million-dollar business that you can build. All right? Listen, it's called strategies. It's called strategies. Implement strategies that bring you the type of business that you want. A lot of people say, I'm a luxury agent. And I say, well, how many luxury houses have you sold? None. All right. What certifications you have? Nada. What open houses luxury have you hosted? Not one. Well, how are you a luxury agent? Like, let's get real. All right. That's another thing. Pull up a chair. Y'all get a chair in your house. Pull it up right in front of the mirror, right? Get real close in the mirror, and say, hey, you are jacking up my business. And in 2025, we about to have a meeting to get this stuff on track. All right. You've got to have a meeting with you. You got to have a meeting with you where you hold yourself accountable to the highest level and you do not make any single excuses for yourself. Because guess what? They do not take excuses as deposits at the bank. So you can convince yourself that your excuse is okay, but the bills are going to keep on coming in. All right. The stress, the heartache, all of these things are going to continue to compound, and they're going to start to affect your health until you can start being real with you. If you can't be real with you, you might be in the wrong business. All right. And I'm just keeping it 100. This is a business where you have the chance to make $1 million, or you have a chance to be dusty. I don't know which one everybody wants. I know I don't want dusty. And so I get up every day with work ethic that is the total opposite of dusty. I don't want to be dusty. I want to leave something for my children that is so great. They are so proud of me, that my grandkids are proud of me. I don't even have grandkids yet. You understand? But I know in my heart that I want to leave this earth with so much more. I want to leave here empty because I gave it all away. So what's in your heart? I don't know. I just don't know. Municipalities, this is a big one. So I serve as on the Citywide Development Authority. I'm actually a public official. This goofy girl that's in real estate and it's wild as heck. I'm a public official for the city of Stockbridge. I serve on the Citywide Development Authority. And guess who I get a chance to meet with every single month for our monthly meetings? Developers. Commercial clients, huge, wealthy people, doctors, CEOs of hospitals, people that want to buy a hotel, people that want to build a hotel. Because I wanted to build a business around finding wealthy people that want to trust me and my services to help them build their dreams out. So I volunteer, and now I'm on the Citywide Development Authority. Every single municipality in the United States has development authorities. I challenge everybody tonight, if nothing else that I tell you all tonight, dominate your CRM, put yourself on that 60-day track, and go join a local development authority. Go join a local development authority. Just even if you just start attending the meetings for development authorities, you will be blown away. See, it's kind of like this. Sometimes people are great farmers, but they're not great business people. So the farm goes under, right? Sometimes people are good painters, but they're not good business people. So they go bankrupt. But they know how to brush the paint. Well, it's no different for developers. A lot of them understand what they need to become a developer, right? But they don't know anything about permitting, zoning, the build outs, getting connected to builders or becoming the builder themselves. They don't know anything about marketing properties and squeeze pages and landing pages and open houses and all of the things that you all are experts at. They don't have a clue. But Google right now, your city, Google that and Citywide Development Authority. You will be blown away of the opportunities where they are begging you to come down there and get involved. They want you. They need you. They need real estate agents to serve in this capacity to be a resource for the community. All right. On a federal level, think about this. Every congressional member in the United States, this is a federal level, the people that go down to DC, every congressional member all across the United States, get this, has a $2 million, not one, but $2 million budget on housing. But you don't know your congressman. Your congresswoman don't know your name. They don't have you in their Rolodex. Trust me, the Georgia Congress people have my name. I meet with them. I talk with them. I text with them. I check on them. I follow them on social media like a stalker. Because if they have $2 million for housing, they may need help writing a grant for homeownership, right? Down payment assistance. They may have the funding to rent out a giant center in my town and host the largest home buying seminar that Georgia has ever seen. I don't have that budget, but maybe they do because they got a $2 million budget on housing. But if you don't go down there and meet your congressional members and hold them accountable for actually allocating that $2 million into your community, shame on you. Come on now. Shame on you. Whew, I could go on and on this one slide. We could spend the night on this slide. I absolutely love talking about the success circle because the truth is this. If you hang out with 5 broke friends, guess what? You're going to be the 6th. You've got to be intentional about the people that you give your time to. You are a precious person. You are a hot commodity. You are amazing. You are wonderful. You are smart. You are intelligent. But you got to hang with other people like that. Okay? You got to hang with other people like that. You need a coach or a mentor. I'm going over, I'm getting a lot of messages here. I might be going over my time. I'm sorry if I am. Okay. All right. So you need a coach, a mentor. Some coaches do coaching programs for free. Sometimes there's coaches that run do something that's going to push you to be better than you were the day before. If you don't have pressure on you right now to be great, then you're not running a successful business. Everybody needs pressure. All right. Sometimes we get pressure and we like, who they think they talking to? Or you don't know me. Or I just don't have time for that. I mean, I hear what you're saying, coach, but I just don't have time for that. But I will tell you, coal, black coal, it's just a piece of black coal, right? And some of you all have heard this before, but it's just a piece of black coal until you start to apply pressure. And when that pressure gets harder and harder, and the pressure seems like that piece of coal is going to explode. Do you all know what happens to coal when you put just enough hard, solid pressure on it? Do you know what happens to that coal? It becomes a diamond. That's the only way. It becomes a diamond when you put the pressure. Start allowing yourself to be pressured. Start allowing yourself to be uncomfortable. Start getting okay with wiggling in your seat a little bit because maybe they talking about you. Get okay with sweating a little bit because you don't have all these things done, right? You should have pressure. And that's what's going to propel your business to the next level. All right. You need a marketing expert, maybe a virtual assistant, or you need to become a marketing expert. I love that we have Canva Pro now because now you can do that yourself. Click, 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 click. And now you're a marketing expert. All right. I even can make flyers now, and I don't even make flyers, right? I can even do that now. Lenders and vendors. You just heard me talk about my lender. You all should have at least 3 to 5 lenders on your roster, right? And they should be sending you business, not you just sending them business, right? But you can't do that if you haven't built a relationship, like checking in with your success circle once a month. Hey, how's it going? What you know good? What's going on? You know, this is what me and my team have planned. Would you like to come into a strategy session with the rest of my success circle? Because my goals are this. I'm looking to do this with that. And I do this and I don't do it like that. So I would like to meet with you and your team to see how we can come together. If you're not calling your lender once a month and having that conversation, you're missing out. You're missing out on a whole lot of business, you guys. All right. Because you should not just be waiting till you go out there and find that one client and then send it to this same lender every month. There's got to be a reciprocal relationship, right? You may need a banker, right? Somebody that gives loans. I like having a bank, a bank being one of my mortgage partners because they are a bank. And at a bank, you know what they have? They have money. All right. And they have a big vault. And they can go back there and they can get money. And so if the scenario makes sense, they're going to find the money. And I'll give you an example. One of our local banks here in Georgia, we had a doctor that was purchasing one of the homes that Calvin and I had listed. And, we like to double-side a deal, So they get over to the lender and everything was great, but then they didn't have the money that they needed for closing. All right. They had great credit. They had amazing income, but they were living check to check. They did not have the money that they needed. So what did the bank do? The bank went back there and they found some money and gave them a loan under a different type of way so that they would have the down payment for the mortgage. All right. So you definitely need a bank. You need a mortgage broker, because they can do creative things. All right. If you're in the investing space, you definitely need hard money lenders and lenders that do creative financing. All right. You need a mortgage company, right? So you need a host of lenders that build out a well-rounded team, because everybody's scenario is not going to be the same. And you want to make sure that they can do it all. Yet the banker, all of that, right? You want all of these things, because sometimes the mortgage brokers are not connected to the down payment assistance. That's normally the mortgage companies. All right. So it's just really tricky. So you've got to get out there and learn this, right? You've got to be great at collecting this knowledge so you can pass it on to your clients. All right. Vendor partners. I don't care if it's a ceiling, if it's lighting, if it's floors, if it's computers, if it's technology, if it's blinds, windows, paint, carpet, roofers. You need every single type of vendor known to man. All right. And you should be meeting with these people, talking with these people, sharing your goals, making sure they understand your business model, right? Because most of the time we're sending business to these people, right? We're sending business to the mold remediation company. We're sending business to the roofer. Well, guess what? In the last quarter, our roofer has probably given us $8,000 for everything that we need to do, because they reciprocate. They haven't sent us any clients, but for every roof that we send to them, they send us $1,000. Well, my husband sent them 8 roofs. All right. So we've gotten $8,000, and then we can recycle that money on marketing. All right. So you've got to get out there and create these relationships. You've got to create this success circle, again, that wants the absolute best for your business. They're willing to make sure you're successful every month, even if you have a bad day, even if you have a bad week. If you don't have people like this in your success circle, you need to reevaluate it and reconstruct it. You can give people a chance to stay on your roster, right? You can call them up and talk to them and tell them what your goals are, what your expectations are. But again, a lot of times, because we just want that one client, we haven't taken the time to put our plan together so that we can articulate it to these vendors when we have these conversations, so that they know how to support you. Today in my prospecting, I was in my car prospecting, driving around town between one meeting or the other. I called a friend of mine that is on the board of directors for a bank. And I just said, hey, at this brokerage I'm on, well, first, Happy New Year. Great to hear from you. Glad to, see you made it another year. I'm glad to hear how you doing. Are you in the States? He happened to be on vacation out of the country. Didn't stop me. I said, oh, I'm so glad you're getting some sun and some beach time. But let me tell you what's changed. This year, I went down to my annual convention and I got all these designations. I said, of course, you know, me and Calvin been in the business doing what we do, but I just got all this REO certification. And so I know that you're on the board of the directors at the bank, and we've never talked about this before, but I'd like to ask for your REO business at the bank. Could I meet with you? Is there something I could send you all so that I could start getting some of that REO listing? He said, I didn't know you did that, Terry. I said, yeah, I do it, and I do it good. I was so excited to share my new goals of getting some REO listings, right? How many times are you picking up and sharing with your vendors your goals, the things that you're out here doing to better yourself as a professional? Are you sharing that with your success circle? And if you're sharing, are they reciprocating? Are they helping you get aligned with your goals? Again, these are strategies. All right. These are just strategies. So I'm looking forward to him coming back to the States so I can do a presentation, and I hope to be the next REO agent in Georgia representing this bank. And I'm not going to stop. And now, once I got the encouragement and I liked how his response was, I'm going to put a list together and call a few more. All right. I just prospect a little different, you guys. I prospect a little different. Your brokerage community. There's a lot of business, a lot of connections. As a matter of fact, Chris Moore, he's with the Rec up in Detroit, Michigan. I saw him post on his social media like 4 or 5 new listings. I saw him post about 3-4 properties under contract, a couple of closings. I reached out to him. I said, man, this is amazing. Congratulations. Would you be willing to come on my next mastermind? Man, he sent me a message like, man, I'm in. Tell me what I need to do. He's already texted me. We're going back and forth on a strategy where we can bring some information to the group. Like, you've got to be able to lean in, okay? Lean in. We are the #1 brokerage on planet Earth. We do more transaction than any other brokerage in this world, you guys. We are blessed to be in this space, but you got to lean in. You got to lean into some of these top producers and get a nugget or two and implement it into your business. Woo, y'all. Step 3 almost took me out. Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me out there? Okay, y'all still with me. Let's go to step 4. If you learn something in step 3, put fire in the chat. If you just learned something brand new, something you've never heard before, let me see you put a fire in the chat. Maybe something inspired you in step 3. Put a fire in the chat. All right. Let me know that this is making an impact. That's what you told me in the beginning, that you want to impact. I'm hoping that I'm making that impact. I'm hoping that you are receiving something tonight, that you're going to at least be able to implement at least just one nugget. But I'm hoping I'm dropping all them nuggets. I'm hoping that fire pants on fire, and you guys are going to run through brick walls tomorrow, that you are going to have an amazing year because of things that you heard tonight, that you will be different in your business because of tonight, that you believe in yourself in a way that you never have before because you realize just that one thing that was missing from your equation. That's my prayer tonight. That's my hope tonight. And if you are in the wealthy group and you've heard this before, but tonight it made sense, that's okay. Drop a fire in the chat. I love you too. I love you anyway. All right. This is your season, you guys. The market is coming back, blazing, double barrel, and it's your time to win. You all have so many tools, so many resources, but if you take these 5 steps and leverage EXP's model to implement these steps, to implement these strategies, you are going to be on fire. Your business is going to explode. You are going to connect with the absolute best clients that were meant to be your clients. All right. So many times we get in this business and some of the clients, like, you're ready to fire them on day 1 because you're not aligned, because you never, ever were probably supposed to be working with this psychopath in the first place. And here's the thing, maybe you're the psychopath in this equation because the energy is not aligned. But The reason that happens is because you have not structured your business to receive business from your perfect client, from the people you absolutely want to do business with. Okay. So yes, your season is coming. It's going to be a great year, but you got to do the work. You can believe it tonight. All right. I know you all are different. I know that you're feeling something different tonight, right? So you believe things are different, and that's faith. But faith without works is what? Dead. So you still have to do the work. All right. You still got to do the work. All right. We're going to move on to step number 4, which is systems and tools. And we only have about 15 minutes. So I'm going to kind of fly through this. I don't know if we have Q&A tonight. Mario, you can let me know. Let me jump over here in the private chat and see. Okay, there we go. Private chat, upper left-hand corner. I don't understand what that means. Yes, Q&A. All right, cool. So we'll have some Q&A. So what I'll do is I will fly through these last 2 slides because I really want to open it up for Q&A. I really want to hear from you guys tonight. And I'm an open book, all right? And you all know I keep it 100. I actually keep it 1,000. I keep it 1,000. So I'm going to fly through this so we can open it up for Q&A. So step 4 is making sure you set up your systems and your tools, right? So your tools are the things that you have in order to do your work, but your systems are how you do it. They're not the same thing, you guys. Tools and systems are not the same thing. I can't stand when folks just say, my tools, my systems, my system is this. No, that's a tool. They are totally different. Okay. So imagine a carpenter showing up on a job and he has a tool belt and he has, a hammer and some nails. Those are his tools, but then his process on how he does it, that's his system. All right. So you guys have tools and systems. So I'm just going to give you a few. You want to set up your email autoresponder, right? So there are ways that you can program your email with taglines or tag words, right? So you can program it. If somebody asks this or says this in an email, send this autoresponder, right? Or if you're going to be out of town, you might want an autoresponder for that. If you have leads generated, like let's say you've invested into some sort of Zillow leads or something like that. If you get that word, then boom, it will do that autoresponder. Systems allow you to be very efficient. All right. Your tools allow you to be very effective. You understand? Efficiency and effectiveness. That's what you're looking for. We're in a generation where people want it right now. I remember when I first heard of the internet, okay? I remember I got a Gateway computer. It had the cows on it. I was so proud to have my Gateway computer. I had an AOL account. And when I would get ready to get online, Lord, and get on Napster and download all of my music, because like we used to have to download music. It would take like 2 or 3 days. Some of y'all don't understand this, okay? But we literally used to have to download music on Napster. And to put our playlist together might take about 4 or 5 days because you would select all of the songs you like, and it would take like days for it to download. But I remember it said, da-da-da, and the little AOL man would just take off running. It'd take about 5 minutes just to connect to the internet. But those days are dead, and people not trying to hear that it takes 10 days to download something. All right. They want it right now. So you've got to start putting certain things in place because people want it right now. And if you can't give it right now, they'll go find another agent that can, because once it's planted in somebody's idea, right? Once it's planted in their idea, they're going to go find it. Have you ever woke up and you wanted, it's a Tuesday and you want Taco Tuesday, right? And you go to your favorite taco shop and they're closed. That doesn't kill Taco Tuesday. That just kills that place. Okay. Now you're still going to get your tacos somewhere else. It is the exact same thing for these clients. If you're not able to represent yourself clearly, quickly, effectively, efficiently, they are on to the next. So I like signature templates. You can create these. So say, for example, you work with first-time home buyers. You should have a whole template that talks about everything. I'm so excited to work with you. We're going to have an amazing journey. I know this is your first time. Woo, woo. I love you. I've got the lenders. I've got the tax people. I got the credit repair. I got everything. And you know, tell me what your dreams are and all that. That should already be drafted. Only thing you need is to plug in their name. So when you get ready to send, so if you're in the grocery store and you meet somebody that says, hey, you know, my daughter's looking to buy a new house. She just graduated from med school and she's looking to get an apartment downtown, a condo downtown. I'd love to connect. What's your guys' email address? Let me go ahead and send you. Boom. They got your whole template with your buyer's guide attached, everything, okay? Same thing with sellers, same thing with investors. These things should just exist. I know I have them for property management, for listing. I got them for everything. They got me and my husband's picture all over it so that when somebody gets it, boom, it's ready to rock and roll. My staff has them. My assistants have templates. We use templates every day because we don't have time to type out some long email every day. You don't have time to do that. That's old school. That's AOL. That's Napster. Y'all can't do that. You can't operate like that. Not in 2025. You got to keep it moving. You want to create a newsletter and start loving on your database right away, sending them the newsletter, letting them know you've got these properties, letting them know of the most favorite restaurant to go to this month, letting them know about events in Raleigh, North Carolina, letting them know that it's a homestead exemption month and they need to make sure that they file, letting them know that it's tax appeal time and you got to do this, like making sure that your newsletter has value. If you fill your newsletter up every single month with all of your listings and, all pictures of you, I close, holding the big key, you're not really providing value. You're advertising that you had a closing, but a newsletter should be value. People should look forward. I remember we had some major changes with our staff and some stuff going on, and we didn't do newsletters for like 2 months. We had folks calling us up. Is there something wrong? Am I going to get my newsletter? That's what you want. You want your newsletter to have so much value. People can't wait to get it every month. You don't want people to spam it. You don't want people not to open it. You want them to connect with it, right? You want to make sure that you have your buyer's guide, your seller's guide, even a post-closing guide, a renter's guide, a workbook, whatever your niche is, an investor guide. Some people do ebooks, whatever that is, you need to make sure you have these tangible tools because we're in a time in just the world where people want something, right? I remember before we came over to EXP, which was one of the reasons why we came over, we knew that we were not in alignment with what was happening. I would talk to people. They said, yeah, well, send me something. I'm like, send you something? No, you send me your pre-approval letter. What do you mean send you something? They're like, well, you don't have anything that's going to help me along the process. I mean, help yourself to the mortgage person and get your pre-approval letter. Like I could not wrap my head around what in the world these people were talking about. And then I come over to EXP and they talking about buyer's guides. I was like, oh my God, let me get one of these. How did I operate without them? And now I send them all day, every day. These are just things that I give clients all the time, right? Get certified, get good at being a real estate agent. You guys fall in love with your craft, fall in love with getting better and better and better and better at what you want to do. All right. If you have a niche, make sure you have it certified. Every T is crossed, every I is dotted, and that you know what you're talking about. Okay. You can't say that you have a niche and you don't have a niche. All right. That would be fraud. So we want to make sure that you become very good at what it is that you want to do. Learn anything and everything you can about digital marketing and artificial intelligence. It's okay. Put it on your 60-day plan. Stop trying to think that you got to do this in one day. Take it bite-sized nuggets, a little bit at a time. All right. Make sure that you're in business. You got business cards. I can't tell you how many times I'm at events and I talk to agents. Oh, you got a card? Oh, well, it's with my whole company. I was like, is the telephone number there? Well, it's got their number on it. Come on, you guys. Like, we got to be in business. Okay. You need your cards. You need your signs. What if you get a listing tomorrow? You going to tell the homeowner, well, I don't have signs, but I'll get them. Like, you got to be in business. These clients want what they want. They want top tier service. Our industry is under attack. You got all these gurus out there telling them, don't pay agents, and then you go in there and you don't have signs, you don't have business cards, you don't have anything tangible. What do you deserve to get paid? I don't know. Just come on, you guys, but we got to get these things. Start a digital marketing campaign. All right. Once you get these flyers going and you've got your CRM going, you got a few squeeze pages, you need to start a digital marketing campaign, even if it's, $10 a month. That needs to be running while you sleep. Okay. While you sleep, you need something building you business. Okay. Invest in your business. Okay. Let's see. Automate some of these processes with your CRM. Right? The birthday messages. Get in there and just start learning this stuff. Put this on your 60-day track. Okay. Set up a Calendly account to help you time block or whatever you need. I use an old school planner. I'm old school. All right. I'm back. Remember, I'm back to the old school days. I have an online calendar, but I struggle because I like this right here. But I'm being real with you all because I just like this. I like writing it down. Something triggers in my mind once I write it down. When people just schedule it on my calendar, I'm like, how did that happen? Is that magic? How'd you get on my calendar? So just make sure that you have a system that works well for you. All right. So we got through some systems and there's so many more. I'm just tonight, it would take me forever to get through all of this, you guys, but I just want you all to have this 5-step. And then this right here is the big deal. You're in business. Launch your business, you guys. If you were to have gone out and invested your money and bought a McDonald's franchise, or if you bought one of the big buildings downtown in your town and you were launching your business, wouldn't you tell everybody? Wouldn't you invite all of your church members, all of your family members? Wouldn't you make a post on social media and make a big deal because you are the CEO now? Listen, people get into this business and they are secret agents. They don't let anybody know. Do a self-check tonight. Chin check yourself tonight and go back through your social media. Have you really launched your business? And you know what? What I have found is that top producers, they are not crazy, y'all. They launch their business and relaunch their business every single month. It's January 2025. Let me reintroduce myself, right? Hey, it's February 1 coming into you with my monthly market report. I want to let you know what's going on. Top producers find creative ways to make sure that every single month they are letting their database, letting social media, letting everybody in their cell phone, everybody in their email, they're letting everybody know that they are in business. A launch can be just digital. It could just be something you say online. It could be that you are hosting your first open house for the year and you're letting everybody know. Everybody know. It could be that you're about to have a home buyer seminar, but do it big, you guys. Do it with intention, all right? If you change, your business will change. Inspiration helps, but you have to do the work, and nobody is coming to rescue you. You got to rescue yourself. So just to recap, the 5 steps are: 1 is branding, 2, dominating your CRM, 3, developing your success circle, and 4, finalizing your toolbox and systems. And the final step is executing your business launch. I hope that I have shared some amazing things with you guys tonight. We're going to open it up for Q&A. I don't know if Mario and Michelle are on here. You may need to help me with this. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Help, help, help. So with that being said, you all now have my 5-step agent success guide. I want to see you all win, you guys. I want to see you have an amazing week. My son said, Miss Terri is tough. She was in the Navy. I was. So Michelle, are you opening it up for questions, or how does that work?
Wow, I am blown away, Terri. When I tell you, when I knew you were going to bring the fire, you bringing the heat, and oh my God, for 2025, I know everyone in here is ready to go implement these process and procedures into their business. And this is great. Listen, anybody who has a question for Miss Terri before she goes, let's go ahead and get all the gems out of her. She's given us some great gems. I was thinking over here, I'm like, listen, I don't want to be a dusty agent either. Like, no, what I got to do, because this pressure is real. And I want to turn into a diamond, just like you said, and just doing it and being consistent, So I want to ask you, what would you say for an agent, in order to take massive action, right? Purposeful action. What do you think they should do to remain consistent? Like, what will it take for an agent to say, you know what, this is my branding. This is what I do. You gave an example of luxury, right? So I sell luxury homes. I'm not going to be talking about credit repair over here. I'm not going to be talking about the fish fry on Fridays, What would you say an agent needs to do to remain consistent? Yeah.
So to remain consistent, I think one of the first things that an agent needs to do is time block. Your time is so precious. Deals fall apart, you lose money, but you can make it back up. You can never make up your time. So that's your most precious commodity, is your time. So to remain consistent, go ahead and plan out what your 30 days need to look like. Put a boulder in your day every day, a business boulder, a business building boulder. Some of you all have heard me say this, especially if you've taken my agent accelerator through Black EXP. I've spoken on time blocking and the value of it. A lot of people play with their time. And if you play with your time, other people will play with your time. They will disrespect your time. They will set appointments with you that they have no intentions of showing up, because that's how you treat your time. Okay. So when you put boulders in your business building boulders, what that means is it's huge, it's heavy, it's solid, and it can't be moved. It can't be moved to 2:00. My prospecting time is at this time, and it can't be moved. So when I make appointments, it's on the other side of the boulder. All right. It's before the boulder. It's after the boulder, but it's not during the boulder. My time blocking that I have to generate content, it's this time, and it's a business boulder. It can't be moved. So a lot of times we're so anxious to run out and chase pennies that we jump over the dollars. Your time is the dollars. So if you want to be consistent in 2025, the first thing that I would do is take and plan out the next 30 to 60 days of what it needs to look like. Yes, you're going to have changes. Yes, you're going to need to be flexible, but not with your business boulders. You're not. That's what I would say.
Very good. Very good. I think that is a great way of putting it. So you have a question here. With the new NAR rules, which mandate that buyers have to pay their buyer's broker's representation, would you suggest a payment system or just a flat fee, i.e. 2%?
All right. So it doesn't mandate that a buyer pays. It just mandates that a seller doesn't have to pay. Okay. So that's first and foremost. We want to make sure we understand that sellers are still paying commission every day of the week. All right. Most sellers are still paying commission on every single property. I haven't come across one yet since this ruling has come out where a seller isn't paying the commission. So that's first and foremost. Now, as it relates to the buyer, you've got to be creative there. If they don't have money, you've got to talk about that, because that's your income if you're representing the buyer, right? So what is the plan, right? Are you all going to negotiate that into the deal? They got to bring something in. Do they got to get down payment assistance so you can pay? That's a strategy that you and the buyer have to sit down and work out. Maybe you can't get the houses where the seller's not willing to pay the commission, but you cannot intentionally not show your client that house because they're not paying the commission. You can educate your client that the seller isn't paying the commission and let them decide if they want that house or not, but they still owe you commission.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other?
There we go.
All right.
The question is about luxury online and promoting herself. She's looking to get her certification in 60 days. So what would you say her best course of action would be to be that luxury agent in her area?
So I highly recommend EXP's luxury branding. It is so sleek. It is so amazing. I've been in the business 21 years. And so for the first 19 of those years, I was a affordable home expert with my husband. And that's where our baby was. And we just kind of rocked and rolled and killed it, 4-time icons in that space. And 2 years ago, I decided this about 4 years ago to become a hyper-local agent and solely focus on my neighborhood, which is a country club gated community. And so me and my husband started targeting sellers in several of the country club communities in our local county. And I was getting a little traction and I liked it. So I went and invested into the EXP luxury designation. I took the training. I started talking a little different. I started having different conversations when I was at the country club. It was no longer just about the margaritas. I started just kind of moving a little different. I got the certification, I paid, and I started using the deliverables. I started masterminding with other luxury agents and getting more strategies that I can implement. And now most of my business is high-end listings, and I love it. I love it.
Yep, it's all about the environment and people that you're in. So I love how you just gave her that nugget. Get into those country clubs, Melanie. You know, you got to get into those high areas where these high ticket people are hanging out. You know, that's how you get into luxury. So that's so awesome. You got a question here about Zillow and paid leads with Zillow. What are your thoughts on that?
Never gonna happen. I would not do it because I believe I would be chasing money and just trying to turn a dollar out of 15 cents, so to say. I really wholesomely believe in aligning your business with the people that you want to do business with. When you pay for the leads, you don't know what these people's intentions are. You don't even know if it's their right number. You don't know if it's the right email address. You don't know if these people are qualified. You don't know what their goals are. You don't know if they're aligned with your goals. You don't know if they're your avatar client. You don't know if they're your greatest nightmare. So for me, it's not a business that I would invest in. However, if you are a new agent, you have the capacity to work through just all of the leads to get to those leads, then I'm not knocking it. It's just not something that I would ever, never, ever do.
Yeah, I made the mistake with Zillow leads once upon a long time ago. And was it worth it? Absolutely not. You know, I think I've gotten more business with EXP's Revenos and relocation and utilizing those tools to really give me leads that actually closed, that were real people. So there's so many other ways. I'd rather pay for a referral fee, instead of paying up front. So that's my opinion on paying for leads in advance. Doesn't work
Right.
so well. So do we have
So,
any other questions here?
So Calvin Watkins says, are you a fan of farming? That's my business. I farm my country club communities. How far from your home should I farm? Well, I don't know where you are, but I'm in McDonough Stockbridge. But so I farm my entire neighborhood. And I also farm other country clubs in Henry County. So I live in a gated country club called Eagles Landing, but we have Crystal Lake and we have Heron Bay. So I intentionally target those neighborhoods. I do postcards, I do geo farming. And, I bring all of those into my database. I do Red X in just those communities as well. And I just kind of stick around right there in that space.
Yeah, farming is important, especially after you had a listing sell. And here's the beautiful part about it. With EXP, we're allowed to basically advertise any agent, right? Listings. So the simple fact that you could say someone from my team has sold in your area, you could start farming from there. So I think that's phenomenal, phenomenal. So what other questions do we have? Somebody has any other questions? Here we go. What do you mean?
By launching your business. So essentially what I mean by launching your business is putting it out there, like letting your entire sphere know that this is what you do. You're proud of it. You're good at it. And that you're a professional, right? Like announcing, doing a social media post, having a big event, having a home buyer seminar, having a seller seminar, having an investor seminar, or just putting it out there digitally that you're introducing to everybody. Maybe you just switched to EXP. Make a big deal about that you're a part of $1 billion brand. Right? A new tool came out that you're proud of at your brokerage. Announce that and just, hey, I'm letting all of my clients know, all of my followers know that I am introducing this into my business and I'd love to be a resource to you, whatever that looks like.
Yep. And the biggest thing is don't be a secret agent, right? Get your name out there and let them know everything that's going on with you, whether it's, business, and you got to throw a little personal in there too, because people like to know that you're human, right? So they can resonate with you. So that all entails with launching your business for sure. So what other questions do we have? You can go ahead and drop those in the chat before we let Miss Gleaton go.
I do want to share one thing. I don't know if I can. I don't know how to share my screen. But I do want to let you guys know that, maybe you heard something tonight and you want more. I do have a coaching program that is available. And again, I just wanted to let you guys know because it's a lot to process tonight. Tonight was a lot. Maybe some of this were new strategies for you. Maybe they were things you've never heard of before. Let's see, what advice do you have for new real estate agents who are also dual career? Well, first and foremost, make sure that you are registered for the dual career training that starts on February 12th. It is the Fast Cap program and it's available after hours. That will be an evening class that's available, but it still boils down to time blocking, right? You do not want to go work, 5, 6, 8, 10 hours for somebody else and then not come pour into your own business. Even if it's 1 hour a day, the time blocking is the key to you achieving more with the time that you have. Maybe you're going to get up an hour earlier and that's content time. And maybe you're scheduling it out. And so that gets out there. Maybe in the evening when you get off work, that's phone call time, but you've got to get out there and time block for your business. All right. Don't work for somebody else and then forget to work for you. So again, so I just want to get back to just letting you guys know, because I know we're way past the time, and I don't want to hold you guys up. I want everybody to have an amazing night. But I do have a coaching program where I take this agent success guide and I break it down into 10 smaller chunks that are easier to process. You can get the guide, the actual guide, because it is trademarked, so you guys can take it and look at it and use it, you know. But you can go to the agentsuccessguide.com and see which journey you want to go on, right? The agentsuccessguide.com. When you do that, you'll be able to take chunks of what I've shared with you tonight. They're bite-sized, and you can just, you know, I like this video, I didn't understand that video. And so it's 10 steps, but it covers the 5 steps. If that makes any sense, Michelle, I don't know. But it's in the guide, it's 10 because I kind of split some of these things up. Let's see, what it was that? That was the Agent Success Guide. .com. I put it in the chat. Anybody that's interested, please take a look at that. If you purchase the Success Guide training, it's a 10 video system. Once you complete the 10 videos, you do a one-on-one strategy session with me. So you do that, and then you get a session just with me, just me and you. It's not a group session. I don't want to do a group. I want to hear your strategies. I want to know how I can make a difference in your business. So I do want to let you guys know that is available, because I want to see you guys win, you know. So I hope, again, that I've shared some super great things with you all tonight. Michelle, thank you for being my lovely co-host. I appreciate you as Black EXP's Network's National Education Chair. You are doing an amazing job. I know that we're going to have an amazing year planned. So I'm super honored to have been here tonight. I'm super grateful that you guys toughed it out with me. So thank you all so much. And I want you all to have an amazing night. And I am out of here.
Uh-oh, you guys can't hear me. Can we hear me now? Okay. All right. All right. Good. All right. So thank you. I just want to say thank you so much, Terri, for being here. I think she's been a phenomenal gem for us. I am here to empower you guys. And listen, we're a community of people. So everybody, listen, share. Sharing is caring. You know, if you found this webinar to be impactful for your business and your real estate endeavors and what you're planning on doing for 2025, share it with someone else. Let someone else come along on this journey with you for 2025, because the market is shifting and some big things are going to start happening in real estate. So get ready. And listen, there's more than enough business going around for all of us to get a piece of it, right? So for next month, we have our next tribe training that will be coming up. It is also going to be on the second Tuesday of the month. That is going to be on February the 11th. Mario, if you could share that graphic with everybody here. We're going to be bringing in every month, every second Tuesday of the month, I'm going to be sharing with you another tribe training. And I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what it is that you guys are looking to get empowered and what it is that you need for your business. You know, so if you have any suggestions at all and that you want to see as far as trainers, if you're a trainer and you're like, listen, I want to pour into the community of people here at Black EXP Network, please do. Please, like, let me know exactly what it is that you guys want to see. I'm looking here into the chat. Okay. Got it. So I see some people talking about KV Core. I mean, yes, KV Core is a good one. A lot of people do use KV Core, and I think that would be a phenomenal training. Thank you for that recommendation as well. FastCap, yeah, so FastCap, that is something that we have internal here at EXP, and yeah, oh, yeah, definitely is a phenomenal program. We also do have with Black EXP Network, we have Agent Accelerator, so that will be coming up in March. And I will be making announcements about that. So for our next training, that will be on February 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you guys mark your calendar because it's going to be actually your very own me. I'm going to be doing training on NACA and navigating the NACA process. I'm going to show you guys exactly what you need to do to be able to close more deals with NACA. A lot of people have heard about the program. A lot of people have tried to work through the program. So tell me, has anybody in the chat right now, has anybody heard about NACA? I see somebody talking about what is NACA. It is going to be a great, great session. So NACA is a program that offers buyers no down payment, no closing costs, and no PMI. Not enough people know exactly what to do to get through the process or what it is. And I have cracked the code. I figured out how to get buyers through the process to a 21-day clear to close, basically. So if you would like to simplify this process, and I can show you exactly what you need to do to be able to close more deals, then join my webinar. Oh, that's awesome, Phyllis. You closed some deals with NACA. That is wonderful. I love it. I love it. You're in the training. Very good. Very good. Listen and join. I will be pouring into everybody all the information that I have in order to make you successful. Because the biggest thing is we are here to impact our community of people. Building generational wealth is all my focus is, and that is part of my passion. So what does it take for us to really tap in to all the resources, to have different, how can I say, programs and different things in our back pocket to be able to support our buyers and our community, the people that we're working with? And so this is one of the tools that I'm going to implement and show you guys exactly what I've done to be so successful with closing many deals with NACA. So join me next month, February the 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I show you how to navigate NACA and to close more deals for your clients. So I hope everyone has had a phenomenal time on this call. There will be more announcements. Stay tuned. Plug in with us at Black EXP Network. We're available on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Stay tapped in so that you can get all of our updates and see what's going on next. And again, sharing is caring, so invite 2 more people that you know to the organization. And I appreciate everyone for staying in here with me, and it's been a phenomenal time. And I'm looking forward to what 2025 has in store for all of us. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Ciao for now.